Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I would like to give you some tips and tricks regarding the Milano-Bergamo airport. You see here some criteria with which I would like to rate this airport and give you some tips. So I would like to start with the very first one, which is, the connection with the city. My starting vote would be 6, which is quite low. And the reason why I give 6 is because, it's called Milano Bergamo, but Milano and Bergamo are two different cities. So, like with many low cost airport, you will not actually land in the city you're thinking of, but you will land in a sort of nearby city. So that's why my starting vote is 6. But I can give you some tips and tricks to maybe improve a little bit the situation. The first one is if you come or if you go by public transportation, if you don't have a car, a way to improve the way to reach and go away from this airport is to not use the TerraVision buses that transport you from the airport to Milano Centrale, but it's way better to take a local bus and from with this bus go to the nearby station of Bergamo station, and then from there you can take a train from the Bergamo station to the Milan station. So you see here in Google Maps, I went to the Milano Bergamo airport. The best way is to go from the Milano Bergamo airport to the Bergamo train station. You see here you have many buses. The number is 1. So you take the one bus from the airport to the station. Then once you are in the station, what you need to do is to take a train from the station to Milan. And you see here that you have some trains from Bergamo to Milan. It takes about 50 minutes or more than 1 hour. It depends on the time of the day. But in this way, you spend less money compared to the TerraVision buses, and also you're sure that you will not get stuck into traffic. So this is my first tip I can give you. Another tip, and it is way better, is if you are by car, then there's some nice information that I can give you is that there is a very good place to park your car near the Milano Bergamo airport, which is in the Orio al Serio mall. The mall, like any other mall, has a very big park in front of it. So in your case, what you can do is to park, for example, here. It's written in Google Maps, Parcheggio Orio Center. You can park here. And from here it's about, I would say, 15 minutes by foot. So security checks. For security checks, the rate is 6 because it's an old-fashioned kind of security checks. So you have to take out the electronics from your bag, and you cannot take any water through the security checks. So that's why the rate is pretty low. 6 is minimum I can give. And I have no specific tip or trick for this. Then electricity. So do we have any plugs in the airport? And the answer is no. So that's why I gave it the rating of 6. Yeah, technically we have plugs, but these plugs, as you can see from this picture, are you have to pay to charge your device, which is sort of weird because in a lot of airport in Europe you can charge your device for free. So it's weird to pay for this in 2023. Another criteria is water fountains. Do we have water fountains in Milano Bergamo Airport? So there are almost no water fountains except one. There is one in front of gate A13. So also consider that the tap water is drinkable in Italy. So worst case scenario, you can always refill your bottle in the toilet. But I usually prefer to avoid this. So yeah, it's better always to use the water fountain. In Bergamo, you have only one. Better than nothing. That's why I gave it a rating of 7. So now it's time for the final vote. So you can see here that I gave a final rating that considers that each criteria has a different weight. So for example, connection with the city, in my opinion, it is quite important. So it accounts for me for 85% of the final vote. Then I consider also other things like the security checks, electricity, or water fountains, but each of them amounts for about 5% of the final vote. So if I take into consideration all of this, the final vote is 7.8%. So in the end, you see that, in my opinion, Milano Bergamo Airport is not such a bad airport after all. It's just that it's very outside of Milan. So you have to take into consideration that in order to maximize the benefits, you have to use some tips and tricks. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, put a thumb up and yeah, leave a comment.